Actually, there are so many sites and blogs and even the Facebook accounts, they were blocked in Balochistan. The people who were talking about their rights and the basic rights. And as far as the traditional media, the mainstream media is concerned, they have ever ignored the problem of Balochistan. So now what can be the alternative? We go towards the social media, even then there is no solution, and the action is taken against those who run those websites.
Speaking about the Baloch movement and what's happening in Balochistan, there was very little awareness perhaps a year and a half ago, but due to all the action which has taken place online, and it's almost all online, very few news reports ever come out, I think a lot of people are well aware of what's going on now, at least in certain sense, and it sends, if you reach the opinion leaders, which a lot of people online are, they're usually educated, they usually have contact, it sends a signal which reaches, which has a far-reaching consequence internally as well as externally, because people abroad are also noticing these websites.
There's a different narrative about Balochistan in mainstream media, but if you go to the website Baloch Help, it has a different picture altogether. So it's a matter of you actually looking for it. If you look for the right kind of information, it's available out there. Internet is amazing that way. I mean, if you look hard, you will find it. Trust me.
The online presence of the Baloch people has been a successful model. They have actually managed to reach out, even in their small numbers. Let's say, like you're saying, only a handful of them have access to the internet. Even those small handfuls have reached out to people. They've reached out to me personally and they've said, why haven't you written an opinion piece on this? So I was like, okay, fine, you know what? This person on Twitter is messaging me again and again. I'm going to write a piece on Baloch separatism online and their movement. And I discovered a lot of things about them. And I was like, wow, these people are really, I mean, the Pakistan government, in a sense, a lot of the websites which are blocked in Pakistan are not the porn sites and not this and that. They're the websites of, say, the Baloch people or the oppressed people. The great thing is that despite all this oppression, sure, they can clamp down completely on traditional media, and yes, that's an issue and a challenge because that reaches the masses. But at the same time, social media is the way around it, and I don't think there's any way the Pakistan government can stop that, so there is a lot of hope over there. Even if it is in small numbers, it will grow. And just to give you guys an idea, how many of you know how many people are online in Pakistan right now? Any ideas? Shout it out. Well, let me tell you, it's about 20 million people right now. That is a huge number. That's more than the number of people in Egypt who are online. Okay? So, and they had a social media revolution. So I think a lot is possible. We don't even have 3G right now. The moment these technologies come in, everyone's going to be on Facebook, everyone's going to be on Twitter, and you will see this change rapidly. So I guess the part of the thing is stick to doing what you're doing. And the other point is that as innovations come to Pakistan, you're going to see this freedom come. So that's what I would add to.
I think a good example I can share from my own activism is that in America we had a senator who was a very critical vote on a bill in the Congress that we needed. And we had tried calling his office, we had tried arranging meetings with them, and frankly he didn't care. He would not listen to us. So instead, we told everyone we knew to go and post on his Facebook page. And all of a sudden, we owned his Facebook page. He said, whoa, wait a second, something's going on here. And it's something as simple as that we were able to get his attention that he ended up moving in the direction we needed him to. So while of course it would have been great if we could have had 100,000 people marching in the streets of the city, instead we had 100 people right on his wall. Again, this goes back to looking at it as a scalpel instead of a hammer. Being very precise with the messaging and the target can oftentimes get you where you need to go.
In a different way. Sure, you're writing stuff and putting it online and it's trying to talk to policymakers and the government perhaps, and it's not working. Well, stop doing that. Why don't you talk to the mobile companies? Trust me, they're very concerned about their consumers. So you don't have to talk to them about your issue. You can talk to them about mobile penetration and developing applications which will help people to empower people. For example, Telenor's Easy Pesa is a great way for paying your bills and making small money transfers via your phones. So that's a great initiative. Telenor took it up on their own. If you form groups which tackle the mobile companies, trust me, you'll get a greater response and you will be able to take a move in. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing, but it depends on how you use it. Online and social media can be used in an anonymous way. And I think in some circumstances it's necessary. where I was talking about being approached by a Baloch separatist who wanted to voice his opinion, again, it was somebody who was leading a Twitter account which was fake, in the sense that that wasn't their actual personality. But they got the message across, and sometimes when things are desperate, that is a good approach to take, and you can only do this online. That's the place where you can get away with these things.